Hi, welcome to lesson number 7 for Multicultural Lit. In this particular lesson, I'm going to walk you through how to find the comments that I left for you on your submitted paper to turnitin.com. So first you'll want to open up Turnitin, get into your class, Multicultural Lit, and you'll see there's the paper assignment. And you'll see that over here we have the start date. That's when I was able to start submitting the assignment, the due date, and the post date. And this becomes important because you can't look at the comments until you've reached the post date. And a few days ago I set this up so that people would be able to look at their comments as I started putting them in. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click on the view button. And then my paper is going to open at that point. So what's important here is to make sure that grade mark is selected. This is blue up here. And here is my paper that I submitted. And if you recall in my earlier video, I didn't actually submit my real paper because I couldn't find it at the time. So this is just some text to give you an idea of how it works. And you'll see that there are comments inserted into the paper. Some are purple and some are blue. The purple comments come in from the grammar program within Turnitin automatically. As a teacher, I could remove those when I go through a student paper, but it is time consuming and I just leave them for the most part. So as a student writer, you should take a look and see if they're legitimate comments for what is happening at that point in the paper. For instance, this says subject-verb agreement issue. Well, if that's part of my title, that's probably not really a problem. So check those out and think about them as you go through. The blue comments are the ones that I've inserted in, and much like a teacher's note in the margin, I can write sort of freehand more information. And those are attached to perhaps a couple of words or some phrase. So here I wrote in a fake comment, unclear, what are you saying here? And you'll see that we have some more of these purple comments and we have another blue comment. The ones that have this sort of bubble like that are the ones that I have done through sort of free typing. The ones that actually have a word inside the box, like vague, have come from a list that I can select a particular comment. And I choose to do that occasionally because Turnitin provides some details about that particular point, and it can be useful, especially for students who aren't sure what that means. You should also look further down the paper, of course, looking at all the comments. And I usually have one more comment for students at the end, and it's sort of freestanding. It's not attached to any words. And I hover over that and I get a general comment for the whole paper. This one says, this paper is totally off topic. I would not usually write something like that to a student, so don't worry. I usually try to write something more general about the whole paper or about how I felt about the voice, since I was really curious about how students would incorporate voice into this first paper. You want to bring your cursor down to the bottom of your screen and look for this little icon that looks like a stack of boxes and click on that to view the rubric. I did not put in all of the details for the rubric, just the main headings for each one. So you may want to go and find that rubric that I gave to you a couple weeks ago, or look at the school website because I have a link to the 6+1 traits rubric. So to pay attention to the score values over on the right side next to each of the headings, and look for the ones where perhaps you didn't score as well as you would like. This would be areas that you could perhaps work on more in future essays, such as maybe my word choice. I need to add some more interesting words or add more variety. And this is the point where if you're not sure what the score indicates, even after you look at the rubric, you should check in with me and we can talk about ways you can improve your writing for your next assignment. You scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see what the total value is for your paper. This particular one has 87.87%. When I take this number and enter it into PowerSchool, I will round up to an 88, for instance. So I hope this was helpful. Please make sure you check out your comments. I spent time reading your papers and giving you some feedback, and I hope it will be useful to look forward for your next assignment. Thanks for watching.